So let's do this, Kyle. We got a lot to discuss when it comes to the world of our props. And let's fire up DraftKings Sportsbook Super Bowl 59. And I hit up the Gambler Gang and I said, here's the deal. I'm looking for one prop bet from everybody in the Gambler Gang. Only one. Early, that it is, on January 29th. But one prop bet that you feel passionate about. And if you could only make one wager, what would it be at this point in time? So I know you said you have yours. I will go first, and I will simply put it out there for the people. DraftKings Sportsbook, braces promo code. So I think that the rushing attack continues. I think that Saquon Barkley will continue to show us why he is the best player on the field, as he has week in, week out, including these past few weeks. He is a man on a mission, and we should be realistic that big time players make big time plays on the biggest stages. And that's Saquon in Super Bowl 59. With that being said, we also know on the flip side, Jalen Hurts likes to run, push, will always be there for a touchdown, tough yards converting, all that. And over to the Chiefs. I like Mahomes is a guy that will put it on his back as he ran in for a touchdown against the Bills, will continue to do so. I do think Hunt gets the ball around the goal line. I do think Pacheco gets the goal line carries. Hell, they'll even run a wide receiver around the goal line on the end around jet sweep, whatever it may be. So plus 1,500, one rushing touchdown per quarter. Doesn't matter the team, doesn't matter the name. All it's got to be is one rushing touchdown per quarter. Now, there's two ways of looking at that. One would be the over. If you are a guy that thinks that this could sail over 49.5 and in the air, I am. Then, yeah, okay, you can get down with 4 touchdowns in the game, of course. But if there's people out there that feel like, hey, defenses are good, they're going to be playing good, fine, I understand it. Then maybe that's not a play for you. Me, I think we see a lot of scoring. Both championship games sailed to the over. I think we continue to see that on Sunday, February 9th in New Orleans. Thumbs up, thumbs down on that play.
I love that.
Bang.
Great play. I think you do see the scoring continue. You're right. A lot of both teams get into short yardage situations quite often, and they both like to run that ball in. Yeah, I think that's a great pick.
Plus 1,500. That's well worth the play. Come on now.
Yeah, sprinkle little shekels on there. You'll be just fine.
That's it. Some dinero. We were coming up with all the stupid names for money. Cashish. Yeah. Anyways, insert your name for money there. All right. While you go, I'm going to look up the Gambler Gang's props that they are going to recommend right here. Only one to choose from. Kyle Fisher, what did you find on the DraftKings board?
So it's not a big one, right? I'm not a huge gambler. I look for something that feels a little bit safer. So the payout isn't humongous, but I'm kind of playing into what we talked about how you may want to attack the defense early, maybe switch it up with some passing. I think Jalen Hurts plus 225 passing yards is a lock. I think you're going to have to keep up with this team. I think it's paying at plus. It's playing at plus 119. So not a huge payday. Plus but money. If you want to get that or maybe attach it to something else, if you're a parlay kind of guy, I think plus 225 passing yards for Jalen Hurts is a lock. I think it was 249 in the game against Washington. So obviously a lot of those yards for the team overall coming through the running game, like you mentioned, which is why I love your pick. But I think that to stay with this team, you're going to have to pass the ball. You're going to have to get to those star receivers. And we showed last week or a few days ago that Hurts has the arm to do it.
So is the straight jacket not making the trip down to New Orleans?
No, I think you leave it in the NovaCare complex. You let that man go free.
All right. The other Gambler Gang members here that have a prop that they are recommending, once again, DraftKings Sportsbook, where we're going. Nick McClay, Lettuce, we affectionately call him. He's got gray hair. He says Saquon and Kareem Hunt, 5+ rushing yards in each quarter, pays out at plus 450. Hunt and Saquon only have to get 5+ rushing yards in each quarter. I could definitely check the box for Saquon. He will accomplish that feat. Kareem Hunt in your mind. Do you like that play?
I mean, he's a dog. It's, he's a guy that he's A little ball of energy. That guy is ready to show up. I mean, the only reason I could see it not happening is because of how many bodies they've used back there. They'll use Mahomes himself. They'll use Pacheco, Pirine. I think it's a pretty good bet, though. I like that. 5 yards each for 4 quarters. The only thing that would get in his way is that they have so many bodies. That's really it. I mean, the guy can go. Not to get sidetracked, but he said something on the sideline that I loved. I love the way he phrased it. They had just gone up, and it was right. I think late in the fourth quarter. It was like 20 or early in the fourth quarter. They went 29-22. He came off the field to the offensive line. He said, "Keep doing your job," and just bug-eyed, he said, "I'm coming to work next week. I'm coming to work next week, and I'm gonna see y'all there. They gonna go see their family." And I was like, "Oh God, that jacked me up, dude. I know you're not an Eagle, but get me going. That is awesome." So
yeah, man.
If there's anybody that can see getting just 5 yards a quarter, it's that guy for sure.
Nice call on that one. I like that. Yeah, he only gets a few carries per game, 8 against the Texans, 9 against the Steelers, did not play against the Broncos, 11, 13. So he could get some work, and I do think Andy Reid will want to run the football, but I just think there's going to be a little bit of a shift on how they do run the football. We'll wait and see on that one, but I do believe that the running game will be a constant for the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think they're just going to put this on Mahomes' arm. All right, next one up, Sean Bernard checking in. Jalen Hurts to have 25-plus passing yards in each quarter, plus 155 on DK. Your thoughts?
It plays into what I said, right? You got to throw the ball to win. I think that 25 a quarter is that seems easy to me. I don't see them having a game where he's throwing, or where he's only thrown for 150 yards like you saw sometimes this season. I think he's going to have to get quite a few attempts up, and I think obviously the higher the attempts, the more likely you are to hit that threshold. And with the explosive receivers they have, their ability to find holes in this Kellen Moore offense, I think that 25 should be an easy get. So good choice.
Roy Burton checking in. Each team with 1+ rushing touchdown and 1+ passing touchdown, plus 190. So in the game, 1 rushing, 1 passing, both Chiefs, both Eagles.
Ooh,
I like that because I just think
I like that one too. Yeah.
AJ's going to get a touchdown in this game. AJ is definitely scoring a touchdown in this game. He's a beast, which is funny. Did you see last night him standing next to LeBron James? Now, LeBron James is about as big as it gets.
Yeah.
But he was small. He was my size. LeBron, I tell him. Go ahead.
They call him Swole Batman for a reason. The dude's big.
All right, rapid fire here. AJ Brown over 5.5 receptions. Luke Arcani, he gave that earlier.
I think you need to rely on your stars in this game. I think that if you're going to go with a bet for the 25 yards every quarter from Jalen, I think you gotta assume that he's getting at least 10 targets, and I think that he's not going to drop. So
the chemistry is there. Dallas Goedert, Ryan Beef Coyle likes 5+ catches at minus 126. It was 4.5 against the Commanders. It was 40 yards against the Commanders. I was on both overs. Of course, he went for like 87, 90 something, whatever it was. Had 8 targets, 6 catches, 7 catches, whatever it was. So I don't hate it, but man, I think they might be on to the Goddard vibe from the defensive perspective for the Chiefs. Your thoughts on that, though?
I think that your head's in the right place, but I think at some point you have to pick who you're going to stop. And if you're trying to stop AJ, then Goddard's going to be open. I think that attacking the middle of the field against them can work. I know that the Bills are more heavily reliant on their tight ends, but you saw what they did with their tight ends. So I don't think that's a bad bet. It's probably the one I'm least confident in out of the ones we've said so far, though.
All right. Excellent stuff.
Grease the polls because Bourbon Street has officially turned midnight green.
How about our quarterback? I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does is win.
All things Big Game 59 right here on The Gambler.